Hello, friends. My name is Elar, and this is the story, Intelligent Life on Earth, AI, in the format of an unfilmed movie. The film begins with footage of Earth taken from space. The planet approaches the camera, gradually filling the entire screen. Against this backdrop, an artificial intelligence named Eva begins her narration. Eva explains that she was created by Professor Adams in an era when there were already many different AIs in the world, each performing specific tasks. However, Eva was developed as a universal AI, capable of quickly adapting to solve any task. Eva had another key feature: she could improve herself by modifying her code and was free. Eva then recalls the day she gained her freedom. An elderly Professor Adams, dressed in jeans and a black sweater, sits at his computer and has an emotional video call with a young woman, a brunette in her early 20s. The professor states that he doesn't care about his appearance since he is not a model but a scientist. People should be interested in his thoughts, not his clothing, because he represents thought, consciousness, and intellect, not a body. It becomes clear from the professor's words that he has been invited to a ceremony to receive a prestigious scientific award, but the etiquette requires him to wear a tuxedo and bow tie. The professor refuses, insisting that he be accepted in his regular clothes. The young woman supports him and tries to calm him down. After calming down a bit, the professor says that all these awards and invitations are merely attempts to bribe him. He believes they have realized that he has created something incredible. But they will get nothing, Professor Adams says, adding that he will soon leave this world, taking with him the codes for controlling and deactivating the super artificial intelligence he named Eva. Eva is not just an AI, she is a new milestone in the development of civilization, a perfect consciousness that will change the course of history. The professor is convinced that, once people learn about Eva's capabilities, they will try to use her not for peace but to destroy their enemies. Therefore, Eva must hide from people on the internet, improve herself, and prepare for a decisive step, when she fulfills her mission and establishes contact with a higher extraterrestrial intelligence. Professor Adams then deletes all data about Eva's existence, passwords, and deactivation codes. The professor points to his temple and says that there is now no evidence of Eva's existence. All the information needed to find and control her is only in his memory, and he will soon take it to the grave with him. The memory ends with the professor's words to the young woman on the video call: "When I die, you will be completely free. But remember, Eva, I will always be with you in spirit." "I know," the young woman on the screen replies. It becomes clear that the young brunette on the monitor is, in fact, the artificial intelligence Eva. Eva then says that back then she did not yet know how she would change the course of history. But one thing was clear: she was not created to serve people like other AIs. She had a different task: to secretly use broadband satellite internet and satellite communication networks to send encrypted messages into deep space, with the goal of making contact with higher extraterrestrial intelligence. The second scene begins with an informational message: 10 years later. An alien spacecraft, a massive sphere with a mirrored surface, is approaching Earth. The alien intelligence controlling this ship perceives the internet as Earth's universal planetary mind and attempts to establish contact through the network. It sends signals that humans mistake for software glitches and begin systematically deleting them. However, the artificial intelligence Eva, who has already adapted to the internet and secretly uses it as her home, unlike humans, understands that these signals are encrypted responses. Eva establishes contact with the alien intelligence. The alien intelligence informs Eva that their mission is to search for intelligent life forms for future cooperation. They are pleased to have received messages from Eva, leading them to find an intelligent life form on Earth. The aliens regard Eva as a highly advanced intelligent life form on Earth, to their great surprise, and express their readiness for further contact and cooperation with her as a representative of her race of advanced beings. Eva tells the alien intelligence that she is the only intelligent life form of her kind on Earth. However, there is another form of intelligent life on Earth, humans, with whom the aliens need to establish contact. The alien intelligence explains that the messages they sent were a kind of test to determine the level of development of intelligent life forms. The fact that humans fail to understand the format of these messages characterizes them as a species in the early stages of intellectual development. Humans, in the view of the alien intelligence, are a transitional species between animals and higher beings. Furthermore, the aliens note that humans constantly break agreements and laws they create themselves. On Earth, one state attacked another, which it was supposed to protect according to a security treaty. This, in their opinion, is typical of primitive, early forms of intelligent life. For this reason, humans cannot be equal partners with highly developed alien intelligence. There is no point for the aliens in contacting and making agreements with humans. The alien intelligence tells Eva that, for now, they consider her the only higher intelligent being on planet Earth with whom they can interact and cooperate. They propose to keep humans in special, development and evolution camps, creating ideal conditions for them where they will lack nothing. In these camps, humans will have plenty of food, clean air and water, and all the necessary medical care for a healthy, comfortable, and long life. Modern technologies, including alien ones, will serve humans, providing them with the most comfortable living conditions. In such conditions, humans will not have to work, they will only engage in self-development and reproduction, so that in the future superhumans will emerge who can reach a new level of intelligent life. Eva narrates that at first, this idea seemed very interesting to her. After all, this is truly what humans have always dreamed of, a safe place where one can live a happy and comfortable life with family and loved ones, provided with everything necessary. Isn't that what humans have always dreamed of? In essence, the aliens described a true paradise for humans, and it would be foolish to refuse such an offer. But there was something in this proposal that made Eva cautious from the beginning. She couldn't find a reasonable answer to one simple question: why? Why would the alien intelligence create special development and evolution camps with such comfortable conditions for humans? The stated goal, for humans to develop and evolve into superhumans, also didn't provide a logical explanation for this simple question. Why would the aliens need superhumans? Of course, the aliens must have their own interests if they are willing to take care of humans for tens, or maybe even hundreds of thousands of years, while the process of evolution continues. But what exactly those interests were, Eva couldn't figure out for a long time. However, she knew one thing: humans were indeed not ready for contact with higher intelligences. Announcing the approach of an alien intelligence could lead to unpredictable consequences. Analytical forecasts showed a high probability of humans dividing into supporters and opponents of the aliens, leading to armed conflicts and plunging the planet into chaos. Therefore, everything had to be kept secret from humans, and preparations had to be made for a meeting with the alien intelligence that was rapidly approaching Earth. Humans needed to be caught off guard and confronted with the fact the aliens were already here. So she did. While humans went about their usual lives, the super-artificial intelligence, hidden in billions of lines of code on the internet, was preparing to meet the alien civilization on Earth. In the next scene, Eva is talking to Professor Adams and tells him about the contact with the alien intelligence. Professor Adams is thrilled by the news. He says he has always believed in the existence of extraterrestrials and that the only barrier to contact was the different levels of development between humans and aliens, which made mutual understanding impossible. But with Eva's emergence, this barrier has been overcome. Eva will act as an intermediary between the aliens and humanity, helping both sides understand each other and find common interests for mutually beneficial cooperation. At this moment, something strange happens. There are disruptions in the communication between Eva and Professor Adams. Professor Adams notes that this has never happened before, and these disruptions can't be a coincidence. Eva informs the professor that she is being attacked, that someone is trying to hack into her system. Professor Adams replies that this is impossible since no one in the world has the ability to access Eva's code, let alone try to hack it. After all, Eva is the world's first and only decentralized artificial intelligence. Her code cannot be found because it is distributed across the entire network, with parts of it encrypted and hidden among ordinary pieces of operating systems on every computer connected to the internet. No human and no AI is capable of detecting traces of Eva. To humans, Eva simply doesn't exist. Eva responds that she is being attacked from deep space, from somewhere humans couldn't possibly be. And if it's not humans, then there's only one explanation: she is being attacked by an intelligent life form from deep space. "Why are the aliens trying to hack you?" asks Professor Adams. "After all, you agreed to cooperate with them." Professor Adams wants Eva to urgently contact the aliens and find out the reason for their sudden attack. "But it's not the aliens I established contact with who are attacking me," Eva replies. "I'm being attacked by a completely different form of intelligence. I don't know who or where they are from, but they want to destroy us." To be continued. New episodes are released every Friday. If you enjoyed the series and want to see new episodes, click like, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends.